I asked AI to make me a fake client so I could show you guys how to better go through the design process. What is good, everyone? My name is Brandon Hodges. I'm a graphic designer. I've been in the industry for about a decade. I run my own marketing and design firm named Mount Hoodlum, and I also teach graphic design at a technical college in northern Utah. So one of the things our students here really ask a lot about is how to get through the process. Like, what are the steps to working with a client to get you from like the initial meeting to like the final files that they're gonna need for themselves, right? All the different kinds, how to present it, how to refine that, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about my personal design process, how I go about things. It may change a little bit for you. It's going to be an expedited version. Most design process is, it could last a few hours, it could last a few weeks, right? Like, who's to say? It really depends on the client, the scope of work. There's a million different factors to consider when going through your design process. So for me, there's a few things, steps that I like to take, 6 of them to be exact. Now you could kind of mix and match these a little bit however you see fit, but this is how I go about it. First is the initial meeting. Then I do a little bit of research. I start doing some sketches and getting some ideas out. Then I take those ideas, I put it in digitally, I present it to the client, and then at the end, step number 6 is I do some refining based off of the last presentation with my client and just kind of get things already wrapped up and sent on over. So step number 1 is the meeting with the client. This is pretty big because ideally you really only want to meet one time with the client, and that's for a number of reasons. The client can be annoying, right? You don't want to have to keep bothering them. You could be annoying, right? You really want to get all the information you can out of them at one time. So that's exactly what I did. So when I put the prompt into ChatGPT to be the fake client, I had the AI bot answer a few questions that I normally ask my own client. So there's 5 questions that I really like to ask the clients. What are your core values and beliefs? Who is your target audience? Is there something that sets you apart from any competitors out there? Is there a competitor or another brand that kind of resonates with you that you like? And then lastly, I like to ask if they have any colors or fonts or elements that they already have in mind that they'd like associated with that. So with that being said, that is what I put into ChatGPT to build this. So Elevated Exteriors is my client. Really, it's just AI that's the client. So I don't necessarily have that face-to-face meeting. I'm getting all the information I can from the AI bot, but ideally you'd want to be presentable. You'd want to build a good rapport, right? You want to maintain eye contact and you want to seem like you're the professional. Make sure you have the answers and you know what you're doing. After this, we go into step 2, research. A lot of graphic designers say that design is 80% research, and there is a lot of truth to that. And I would probably actually completely agree with that. Some out there may not agree with that, but the more research you do into the industry, color, feel, general vibes, you create mood boards, you find inspiration, the easier this is going to be. After that, we can go into kind of sketching some stuff out and just seeing what sticks, what doesn't stick, what we like, what we don't like, mix and match, take from that. So as you can see in this, what I'm really doing is I'm just letting it all out. It's just kind of drawing vomit, just letting any idea onto the page. I'm playing with arrows, I'm playing with mountains, ease, house looks, shapes, just anything that can give me an idea for how elevated exterior should look. And I'm just looking around, seeing what I like until I finally come up with something that I think might work and stick. And then ideally this would take quite a long time and you'd get all of it out that you possibly can, and then you send it to a client and see what they think. After that is step 4. This is when you take your sketches and you actually put it into the software. This is the digital design process. I use Adobe Illustrator, kind of the industry standard, right? So you can take your sketches in. Remember, as you do this, make sure you understand how to use the software and how to deliver this properly without, hiding anything in your design. Remember, consistency is key. Pay attention to proportions, experiment with typography, figure out what sticks and what doesn't. This is a good time to really figure that out and refine the final process of it and the final look. That's really what I mean by refine, is make it look good. for the end of this and make sure it's kind of in its final form. So ideally in step 4, you would put together some sort of presentation. Step 5, the presentation to the client. It's going to look a little something like this. This is what I do. It's just kind of something small and quick, and say, hey, do you like this? Do you like where we're going? Do you like the vibe? Do you like the colors, the general feel of it? And I like to, you know, I don't overcomplicate it, but I put enough to create that vibe, that mood, right? I put in some industry pictures. I'll do some mock-ups and say, this is how it might look on a t-shirt, your employee t-shirts or anything. What are you thinking? And this is ideally your second in-person meeting with the client. So this is a really good opportunity for you to really download their feedback, right? So you've ideally only met with them once before. You really don't want to meet with them again afterwards, and that's because I'm kind of a client hater, and sometimes it could get annoying and overwhelming, right? But it's important to you and to them that you do your best and you refine your skills and that your design looks incredible, right? So take as much as you can out of this, which gets us to step 6, and that's refinement. Take their feedback, really implement it, put their changes in, and you're gonna have a happy client after that. If you do this whole process and take it to be your own and figure things out, I can guarantee you that you're gonna have happy clients, you're gonna feel satisfied as a designer, you're gonna make great designs, and very few things in our industry are as satisfying as seeing your designs out there in the real world. It's amazing. I've seen designs on billboards as I'm passing by and just think, I designed that. All these people around me are seeing it, handing it out on business cards, right? Seeing it on packaging on their website. It's so satisfying. But remember, if you're gonna see it everywhere, the things that you mess up on and the corners that you cut, that's gonna bother you. Because you're gonna see that and be like, I don't like that, I would have done it different. So always put your best effort into things and you'll have a happy design life. So again, this was a little different. I did ask ChatGPT to be my client, and we could talk more about the prompts maybe in another video, because this is great practice. I do this for fun. I have AI give me different design prompts all the time. So take that process, figure it out, remember how important it is. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Please like and subscribe. I am new. I am trying to take all my information and experience and put it into these videos for you. So again, please like and subscribe, and thanks for sticking around.